I'm here with Freddy Lim, an independent Taiwanese lawmaker. Mr. Lim is also an important member of the music industry. He's the lead singer for the heavy metal band Chthonic, which has been called the Black Sabbath of Asia. Today, I'm going to speak with Mr. Lim about the connection that music and politics have had throughout his life. Now, I'd like to start with talking about something that has made headlines around the world recently, and that's Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan. I know that earlier in the summer you went to the United States and you spoke with Ms. Pelosi and you invited her to come to Taiwan.
Yeah.
And I'd just like to know why did you think it was important to invite her?
I think it's very important to have Taiwan play an equal role in the international stage. Of course, people know that Taiwan is very important in the chips industry, but not just that, but also Taiwan is very important in the Indo-Pacific region for the regional security, and also Taiwan played a very important role for supporting the Hong Kong activists and Tibetan activists and all the human rights issues around this area. So it's very important to have this country to play an equal role in the international stage, to exchange ideas with the other democracies. So not just Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan, but in the last few years, a lot of parliamentarians from different countries and also the Speaker of the Czech Republic Parliament has also visited Taiwan. So it's very important to have democracies work together, strengthen multilateral relationships. It's very important to have Nancy Pelosi as the Speaker of the United States to visit in Taiwan, because it's proof to the world that when you consider Taiwan is important, then you have to act like that. We have to let the world know that democracy is united. So I think Nancy Pelosi's visiting is a very important sign to the world, that to show that it's the right thing to do. There's nothing to hide. Let's let our friendships on the table.
What exactly did Ms. Pelosi say when you invited her to come visit Taiwan?
I visited her in late June, and because I didn't know that she has already planned for coming to Taiwan in early August, so I told her that her visiting will be welcomed by a lot of Taiwanese, so we sincerely hope that she will make it soon. And she told me definitely. I thought it's just a response in a polite way. I didn't know that it's in the actual plan.
What did you think about the whole international reaction to Nancy Pelosi's visit, especially coming from China?
I think, first of all, China has been overreacting too much, but in the other hand, China is always like that. So Taiwanese, we kind of get used to that, but in the other hand, we stay in a very high cautious. I think this might be the first time that the world concerns about the security of the Taiwan Straits so much, especially after the Russians' invasion to Ukraine.
Yeah.
So the world really concerns about the security, these conflicts in the Taiwan Straits a lot. But hopefully in a few months there will be more high-level officials from different countries visiting Taiwan, because just like what I have just shared, that Taiwan has been found out that Taiwan plays such an important role in this region. So the right direction is to continue what the world is doing with Taiwan. And I hope that China will get used to that very soon. And it seems we are on the right track.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I'd also like to talk more about your role as a heavy metal star.
Yeah.
So how have your identities as both a musician and politician influenced each other?
I always remind myself not to divide myself into two different identities. My experience as a musician influenced how I been as a politician more. For instance, like as a metal singer. During our tour, we have to continue the same set, singing to different crowds, but we still have to remain the high energy, to be energetic, to show our passion to different crowds every night, but with the same set.
Yeah.
So that's something that as a new politician might not get used to that, because they have to to share the same ideas every day with the same energy, but that's not a easy thing. The speaker get bored of speaking the same thing every day. But as a musician trained for more than 20 years, I get used to that. So for me, I think that's one thing that as a musician influenced my political activities. And the other thing is that I think to always find the reason why I'm doing this. So as a musician, it's much easier for me to find the emotional part, inspirational parts of this motivation. I always try to find the same source of power that driving me to keep moving forward to do what I'm doing right now. To not be just not like another politician, to be more as an artist and who run for the parliaments. That would be more natural for me to find the motivation, to remain the motivation.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely stand out as a politician to me. And I want to ask about how your band Chthonic has promoted certain political issues both in Taiwan and in the international community.
As music itself, it's not that easy to really introduce my political views because metal is more like about legends or mythologies or about those supernatural things. And also as a metal songwriter, the only thing, the most important thing for me and for our guitarist, another important songwriter in Chthonic, it's more about how to be metal. It's more about how to be more metal, more tough, more sharing those extreme emotions. So we never talked about politics when we are writing music, but the critics or the fans, they when they listen to our music and read between the lines and think behind those lyrics, they will share their ideas about what Freddy might think about, what Jesse might think about, and share their point of views. And we never hide ourselves of those views. We will exchange our views with them. Sometimes they found out something deep in our minds, deep in our hearts we didn't know. So it was a great thing that when we are writing music, when we write music, we don't directly put our point of views in our lyrics, but our fans or critics might find something between the lines, and then that's a very interesting part of the process. After our songs sharing with others, then we can share more about what they are thinking about.
So you feel that music can be an important force in getting more young people involved in politics?
Yeah, definitely, because I think if you want to create a true art from your heart, it's very important that all those creations, all those works touch yourself first. That's very important. So those works that can touch yourselves and your relatives, your friends, that can definitely share the same energy, share the same concerns with more people. Although it's not like a political talk show, how political talk show might be able to influence people, but I think the power of music is even stronger because the impact is not just a short time impact, but will be more deeper, will be a long time impact to let people think by themselves.
During the Sunflower Movement, which were these political protests that were going on in 2014, you were really a key member in that movement. And I would like to know, how did you even get involved in the Sunflower Movement?
Those students who I think they play the key role, they are the most important. They are the main leader of the movement, and some of them they are Chthonic fans. So sometimes we share ideas during those years, and I follow those movements and I exchange ideas with them, and then I reach out to them ask them what I can do, because during the Sunflower Movement, there are all different kind of people have to do different things because they occupy the parliaments. They might get kicked out by the police any moment. So we need to do a lot of things. It was like a small village there for more than a month. So I run for the office, asked them to join my campaign, to work together, to learn together, because I didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do, so let's learn together. And when you are ready, you can run for the office anytime. But let's not waste that historical momentum. Let's do something together.
Yeah, I find that really inspirational, and also something that inspired me during the Sunflower Movement was there was a band, Fire X, that wrote this song, Island Sunrise, that was sort of called like an anthem of the movement. And I wanted to know if you thought that songs like Island Sunrise or any of your own music, if you feel like it's inspired any real social or political change in Taiwan.
Yeah, I think Fire X, their songs, I think that song is the anthem of the movement, and that unite people, unite all the activists and all those people who joins this movement, and also that generation of Taiwanese. That's very important. After that movement, after Sunflower Movement, younger Taiwanese has been called natural-born independentists, which means they were not like in my generation. We have to debate with authoritarian propagandas that brought by KMT, by the government. We have to debate with them. We were not born in a free country. We were born under martial law. But the younger generation, they're born in a free society, in a democratic country, and they identify themselves as Taiwanese, but they didn't know that. So after the Sunflower Movement, people call this generation as natural-born independentists, and they definitely need a song to unite this kind of same identities, these sharing emotions. That's very important, and only music can do that. So I think a song like 岛屿天光, it's really important for this movement and for this generation and for this identity.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that's a very important message. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming on the show today and really just showing the connection that music and politics can have together. And I loved how you said in the beginning that you don't see it as two different identities that you have, but they come together to create just who you are as a very influential figure.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you.
I've been speaking with Freddy Lim, a legislator in Taiwan who is also the front man for the metal band Chthonic.